So I wanted to talk about Warframe and my experience playing it as a new player. For context, I've played Warframe for about 3 months now, and I've gotten through all the quests and I'm now partway through Steel Path. So I started playing Warframe because I wanted a new game I could just play, turn my head off and grind. Because I used to play Final Fantasy XIV and Destiny, but I dropped Destiny before the last shape, and 14 after struggling through Dawn Trail. It was really hard to do anything after the story, it just lost me. So I was missing that game where I could just play for a while and turn my brain off. Then, as I was watching the Game Awards, I got a drop for Warframe. And I remember trying the game years ago, but struggling with mods and what to actually do to level up and how to loot frames and get better guns. But now I thought maybe I'll give it another try. It's been a while. I got a frame, let's try Warframe. And the rest is history. At first I thought Warframe was going to be just another looter shooter with minimal story, because I couldn't remember there being any story in the game. That's because when I first played it, there wasn't any, I think. But boy, as soon as I logged in, I was overwhelmed. There were multiple quests, multiple planets I'd unlocked, multiple side quests, and the game quest interface was not that great at explaining what I had to do. So I started googling. First advice I read was to save Duviri until after New War, and boy am I glad I did. And how to unlock quests, and in what order should I play them. So in Cetus I went, and as I was doing that quest line, I was still just listening to podcasts, paying very little attention to the story. But I was having fun. Then came Fortuna. Fortuna was better. The intro song to Fortuna made me pay more attention, and I liked the quests and the faction. It was just kind of basic, but I had fun playing through it. But the story did not pull me in until the heart of Deimos. As I was landing into Deimos and Lloyd started talking, I realized I was intrigued by the story, or what was happening, what led to it. The Entradi family and the whole world of Deimos was amazing. It was dark, dreary, and for me, at the time, hard. As I was trying to get to the heart for the first time, I couldn't do it. The part where you had to defend the door and stay alive, I kept dying. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do enough damage. I couldn't kill them. This is where I found out you can't just slap random mods and hope you succeed. I really did almost no damage and I died really easily, and I had no idea what to do about that. So I had to learn. I started by reading some Reddit threads and what to do to power up. I watched YouTube videos about what mods to get and from where, how much to level up them up, how to survive, how to unlock new weapons. I think I did myself a bit of a disservice by continuing from my old account, even though I had a lot of stuff from events and PlayStation Plus rewards. But I got there, and once I got into the heart, I started to see what this game was actually about. Yes, Cetus and Fortuna were good, but they were missing something. They felt like normal sci-fi. Cetus was us searching for a missing husband, and Fortuna was us trying to help slave colonies survive. Yes, that's all really simplified, but at its core, it was really basic and really didn't build up the world that much. Those quests could exist in any other game and wouldn't be out of place. But the heart of Deimos is where I think Warframe found its flavor for me. The atmosphere that it built around the game was something I had never seen before. The aesthetics of the vaults and look of the Entrati stuff is amazing. It gives Deimos this look of a paradise that was overrun. And the descent into the heart really gave me a glimpse of the lore and depth of this game's world. It felt like a first step into the unknown. Then you escaped the heart. The escape section really wasn't my cup of tea. I really don't like stealth in this game, or I don't know if I don't like it, I'm really not good at it. And with a frame that had nothing, it really wasn't my cup of tea. But you get out and you go and get into a necromech and speed on. The way that part was done was so well executed. It showed us something new, something you can grind for and something different. And that's one of the most insane things about Warframe, the way it adds new ways to play when you want something different. The goal was still the same, but it felt so new. The mission was fun. It left me with so many questions about the world and the lore. It had me hooked. I wanted to go forward with story. I wanted to know what the tenno were, what did the heart do, and why did it give us powers. I was looking forward to finding the answers. I really started this game with the intention of just playing as I watch a show or do something else, because I usually like grinding games but never really grow to love them without a good story. This happened with Final Fantasy XIV and Destiny. I played through A Realm Reborn just barely paying attention to the story, just wanted to play an MMO. Then at the end of the patches, the whole banquet and everything, it hooked me. For Destiny, I played with my friends, it was fun, but only really started caring about the game as Taken King came out. So now I wanted answers, so Warframe really gripped me. I did the Archwing mission, it was okay, it was fun flying around, but then I started Natar and the game kept pulling me in this backstory of Lotus, the old war and all that happened. It was so interesting, all the questions it brought up. Why did the Lotus change her name? What was her mission? Why did she not kill the tenno? It started dangling these threads, these questions before me in a really intriguing way. Questions like, what were sentient? Why did they try to kill the tenno? All questions I really wanted answers to. At this point I somehow thought that Grineer and Orokin were the same, that they were just two different names for the same people. And it took some time for me to realize that was not the case, that the tenno killed most of the Orokin during the old war. But I wanted more lore and I wanted to know what was next. So I started the second dream, the end of what some jokingly call the tutorial to Warframe. Mind you, I was at the point good 30 hours in, I think, but I had never fought the Stalker, so I had no idea who he was. But didn't take anything away from the quest. I think the reveal or the twist at the end of the second dream is one of the biggest in gaming. Like, how did I not know about it? These sorts of things don't usually stay as secrets. That's one of the biggest things I love about the community. It actually cares not to spoil things for new players. So I won't be going into too much detail as I don't want to spoil anything to anyone. But Second Dream is a wake-up call that this game has an actually good story. Before, it felt like the lore and the world was what I liked. I wanted to know about the backstory, like the original Destiny. The story itself wasn't that great, but the world was amazing. I thought most of the cool stuff had already happened. No, here we start living the new cool stuff. It opened a whole new way I thought about the game. Before this, I just wanted answers to questions I had about what happened. But after Second Dream, I wanted to know what would happen next. These types of turning points are so rare in any media, and most of the time, if they exist, they get spoiled if you don't play them right away. But not this. At the top of my head, the only game that gave me a similar feeling to this was Nier Automata once you start Route B. And the story implication of what happens are really wide considering what it all means. What it starts is the rest of the main quest of Warframe. I don't think any of the main quests after could be as good if this quest wasn't what it was. Most of, if not all, the main quests connect to the revelation that is given here. It's an amazing building block for a story that is now one of my favorites. Now we fight the war on two fronts. The war without and the war within. So yeah, this is my first video where I talk about how I fell in love with Warframe and my thoughts about the game. as a whole and how it feels to play, you know? I'm going to be doing at least part 2 of the story, and if I can make any sense of it, might make one for the end game and the grind of the game. But if you like this video and want to see more videos like this, of me talking about Warframe and other games I like and love and even hate, please leave a like and subscribe. Come check out my other videos. But if you really do like it, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you, actually, for watching. And bye bye.